Hello and welcome to today's Q&A. Let's get on with the questions. You can post your questions at the side as normal. Right. Do you struggle to find ideas for your FA and do they just come to you? Sometimes I do find it really hard to think up ideas. Normally I will search the internet for stories about missing disasters or anything that might be could be used as a FA story, so anything like that. But sometimes I just think of it and that's it. So yeah. Uh, what figure do you want to be made into a character in 5-inch? Oh, that's a hard one. There are a lot of ones that I would like them to make. For instance, they haven't made any of the female like robots or like the peg dolls. They were only just the soldier one. They didn't do any of the others. But at the moment, I hope 12, but it's probably going to be just 3.75. So you don't know. I'd like it to be 5-inch. So whatever they can do. How many Nemons have I seen today? That'll be 3. What made you start doing FAs? To be honest, I started in 2008, but at that time I didn't even know that people did on YouTube. I just used to film them, make them on Windows Movie Maker on my massive computer, and then just show my family. That's it. I didn't even think there was such thing on YouTube before. It was only until late 2009, 2010 that I decided that I found out that people do it. So that's when I decided to join and do it. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the square root of a potato? Otatopo. What made you want to stop doing FAs in 2015? Now, this is quite a big thing, but the main reason is because in 2015 is when I leave college or sixth form and decide to go into university or into work, so I wouldn't know. The point is that I wouldn't know if I'll be able to upload anything anymore, so it's best to say that I'm stopping instead of actually stopping and no one know what's going on. So it could change. If I might come back after, I don't know, a year or something, but that's when I'm officially saying no more until I can find anything. If I will upload like a minisode or something during holidays if I have time, but full time, that's it, gone at 2015. That's November 24th, by the way. When it comes to naming your episodes, how do you think of such good names? Also, do you think of them before or after? I normally write them, the script, then I will go on. I'll go through, or because I wrote it, I know what it's about. I'll find a couple of words that would use to describe it, and then use a online thesaurus to find words that means the same thing, but sound a bit cooler. So just use that. Just use a thesaurus, and you basically what I do. But yeah, just like that. What camera do I use? I use a Kodak ZI-8, I think it's called, which is like a flip camera, and I don't think they don't make them anymore. You could probably get them off eBay, but it's very cheap now. It's not actually the best camera. It's not the full handheld one. It's just a little one that fit in your pocket, about the size of a phone. How do you use green screen? Well, I get a green screen, then I put the figures in front of them, and then I will film it. I'll put it onto my computer, onto my laptop, and then using Sony Vegas, I will chroma key the background out and put it in front of something else. That's about it. When you stop making a face with you, yeah, I did. I just mentioned that earlier. Yeah, if I find time, there'll be the odd minisode, but nothing. You're not likely to get that many full episodes once I've gone. So. Where was I? What materials did I use for my 2013 TARDIS? Mainly it's foam board. Foam core thing. If you search foam board, you'll find it, and it's basically just a bit of hard paper, maybe card, and in between just a thin bit of foam, which gives it enough strength and can be molded into anything really. Stronger than card or cardboard, and yeah, just use that. Apart from that, it's just bits of wood. The base is made of MDF, and the railings are made out of those cocktail sticks, just curved to fit into the thing as railings. What do I use to edit? I use Sony Vegas Pro 9, and then once I've rendered the video, I'll put it into Windows Movie Maker and publish it, which will decrease the size of it, so that when I upload it, instead of taking 103 minutes, it will take 20 minutes. Nothing too long, so that helps out. Hello, Tom. On a scale of 1 to fab, how good do you think you do your FAs? Well, I wouldn't say anything, but okay. What's been your favourite episode to make? That will be that is a hard question. I think Time Dilemma was fun because it was a leap forward into more about the character than the story, as well as getting a bit more ambitious with obviously water, filming in London, and a few other bits, but that was fun. Portals was a step forward in the use of green screen. There was a lot of green screen used in that. 50th was really fun to make because there was so much to do. Although I slightly ran out of time, I still managed to get it on a couple of days later. But I still managed to get it done by the 26th, so that was fine. But yeah, that was a very vast filming. Like I began filming that in May, and I was filming up until 22nd of November, so it was quite tight actually. Why did I not let you finish your speech? Because you're taking too long, and I had to start the broadcast. What's been the most times taken to create an episode and write, film, and edit? That would be my 50th. That took me. I actually began writing that in 2012, and then I changed it all, and then wrote it. I didn't finish that until October, which was quite late, but that was quite a long one. The Time Dilemma took a month, I think, but yeah, Hulock's taken quite a lot. That took me 2 months to write. If you had to keep 5 of your figures, what figures would they be? Oh, that's a hard one. I would keep the newer sculpt Dalek, the new series 1. Probably expecting me to say the War Doctor. It is a good figure, but I wouldn't say I'd keep it. That is a really hard question. I don't know. They're quite a good lot there. I'll just pick the Dalek, and I don't know. The Toys R Us. Toys R Us 11th Doctor, because I didn't really like the Series 6 body. I know it's had more articulation in the shoulder, but the legs were awful. They just fell over. I really don't like them. So the head was fine, which is why I prefer I just call it the Series 7 one, because it was from Asylum. But yeah, that one, and probably Tom Baker and his endless heads that you can swap over. I just can't pick 5, but there's a couple. I'll just move on because that took me a long time. When the rest of the minisodes coming out, they will be. I've got 3 coming out on 17th of June for FA Day. The rest I will somehow fit in somewhere else, etc. Do I own any DWTODWFA figures? If so, which ones? I do not own any DWTODWFA figures at all, or Daypole, whatever you prefer. No, none of them. Are you looking forward to Peter Capaldi's season? Yes, I am. I am actually really looking forward to it. Because apparently there's supposed to be a trailer tonight. I don't know what to believe. I hope that there is, but it's a bit close to the other one. But I'm really looking forward to the Capaldi season. It'll be nice because Tennant and Matt have been quite. What would the word be? Overexcited, and my favourite of them, even though I love Matt and Tennant, Eccleston was my first, and I still will say him over the rest. But I wanted a slightly darker, those eyes. You know that he's going to be slightly thing, and he's a fan, so he knows what he's doing. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Can you do the voices of every Doctor, including her and Capaldi, please? I can't do any voices at all. I'm awful. Absolutely awful. I won't even try, because it's just going to be really awful. No, I won't. No, I won't wish you a happy birthday for the 73rd of Julember, because it doesn't exist. Why do people like copying me? I don't know. It's annoying. What's the most amount of money you have to spend to be able to create an episode? Technically, nothing. I don't have a budget for anything. It's just whatever. I never normally spend anything. I only ever buy a couple of figures, but there isn't a set budget for an episode. So, not really anything. I could normally, most of them are free, basically. It's just time that costs. When is Brigaden? You know that answer. I've already told you. Don't you keep bringing it up. There's some nice birds in the background. Are there? Oh, yeah. That's because my window's open. Will John Hurt's console be returning in this series? At the moment, not for Series 4. Series 5 maybe, but that's a different one. But that's 8th, so I don't know. Maybe for Christmas, because that's 11th and 8th. But I don't know. Maybe. I'll say that. I've still got it. I haven't destroyed it. It's still there. So if it does, then I can. Will Kate be in the Black Archive next episode? Yes, she is. Kate Stewart is going to be in the Series 4 finale. I'm currently working on a custom at the moment. Would you use to edit videos or make titles? I used Vegas to make videos. Titles, they were by Sam Woodhull, and he did it on After Effects. So a mix of the both. Holy cow! Okay, I skipped your question because it doesn't really have anything to do with this, and I don't really want to go into that because this is a Q&A session, and why should I? I'm going to answer the questions that I need to. Which McGann costume is the best and worst? Okay. Well, the name of the Doctor one, Night of the Doctor one, sort of goes against Dark Eyes because he wouldn't be wearing the jacket that he would have wore, which is similar to what he wore in the TV movie. But best, I would say, I really like the Dark Eyes one. I've been trying to make a custom of it, but I don't know. I couldn't really say worst. I like all three of them, but he suits a more scruffier and not so posh, if that's the right word. So probably TV movie the worst. Fish, nice. And Tom, we've already said that question. I've seen 3, and now it's taking forever to load. So I'll go to the ones I had on Twitter. What made me stop FA, which I already answered. What can I expect in the final, the 11th Doctor one? So the Series 4 finale, which is July, every Saturday of July. And it is with the Zygons set in two different times of units, 2 different eras. We've got current with Kate Stewart, and then we go back to the 70s or 80s, whatever you want to do, with a Brigadier and etc. back then. So it's quite a timey-wimey episode, but it's going to be quite cool. I quite like that one. What is your favourite Doctor from Classic and New Who? Oh, I can in terms of how many I can watch without getting slightly bored or don't want to watch anymore for a while, then Tom Baker would have to be my classic, because I can watch any of his without getting slightly bored, whereas I tried to do a marathon of William Hartnell, but after season 3 it got a bit repetitive and I didn't want to continue much. I will go back and watch them, just not one after the other, because it's quite hard to watch all of them after each other. It's quite a long process and slightly, new series. I'm going to say Eccleston, even though he had a short series, still my first and one of my favourites. Matt was good, Tennant was good. I don't really have a favourite out of them two, but I'll just say Eccleston at the moment. What's the favourite episode I've done? As I explained earlier, yeah, those ones. Will you ever do a Classic Series episode or possibly a whole series of Classic Who? Technically, Series 5 counts as that. It's 8 episodes with the Eighth Doctor, which is technically classic, so you could probably count that. The minisodes sort of count as classic episodes. It's not exact. I know they might not be the same as the actual classic series themselves, but I will try to get as classic as you can get, being someone that's only ever done new series. When we release deleted scenes from your 50th special, when I find time, which is quite hard at the moment. I've currently in my exams, but once I finish in August, July, I'll probably, most likely it'll be August unless I find time before then. So maybe. Yeah, probably sometime. I'll get them out as fast as I can. If I had £1,000,000, what would you buy? A new laptop, because this one is terrible. Literally, I've had to carefully bring it upstairs because last night I accidentally dropped something on it. Not liquid or anything. I just banged the corner with it, and now every time I accidentally knock it, it will shut down automatically. Keep getting messages about my hard drive crashing. It's just like, oh, I really need a new one. But at the moment, it's holding up. I'm surprised it's still going through this. But if I had £1,000,000, I'd buy correct and a better computer that would run, because this one can just about handle it. Sometimes it will not respond, and that's a real bugger. Do you have to pay for Sony Vegas Pro 9? I did, but I don't know. You can't really buy that one now. You'd have to get the newest version, which is 11, or was it 12? Does that outfit make you look fab? I don't know, I can't see it, but probably. What's the best custom figure you've ever made? To be honest, it's my 8th Doctor, one that I've made. And it's the only one where I've used the correct paints and sealed it properly, and it doesn't look awful. My 7B custom that you might have seen in the 50th recreation, you may have spotted a few white dots where the paint didn't stick on because it's the wrong type of paint, so I'm going to have to redo that one. But yeah, that's probably the best one I've made. Who will voice Kate Stewart? At the moment, I will somehow find someone. If I can't find anything, then I will go through auditions, in which case anyone is welcome to email me. You can find my email on my website if you want to, which is DWTODWFA at weebly.com. Can I probably, because there's probably a late reaction, I don't know what that is to respond to. What am I going to do after my FAs? After my FAs, I will be I will probably be, well, when I stop next year, I won't be doing anything else. I might still be online, but I probably won't be making any videos. You might get the one odd something. I don't know. Could be a tiny little video of something confidential, something from a couple of years ago that I forgot to release, etc. But after I've left, probably nothing much. I won't be doing any other types of stuff. I'm not really one for live action or anything like that. But to sort of leave that to everyone else. And the comments have stopped. That is annoying. Aha. Here we go. Right. Will I ever do a Time War FA series? No, because a lot of people are doing that, and I just think, well, Series 5 will be set with Paul McGann when in the early days, but there won't be a focus on the Time War itself. It'll just be like nods to that it's still happening out there, but he doesn't want to get involved at the moment. So slightly, but I won't actually do one centered around it. Like I won't do one with John Hurt because I simply just think that there isn't much you can do with him. That's why I'm sort of staying away from that bit, because there's going to be a lot of people doing ones with him. So if I return, will I continue making FA? If I do, yes, but I will come back to it if I find time. But if I can't, then I don't know what I'll do. But if I find time, then I will come back to it and then continue from where I left off, or do minisodes or whatever. But yeah, it will be FA basically. What was the hardest FA episode you've ever done? Would have been my 50th. That took from May till 26th of November. Just making it. That was a long, long time. Would you be able to do a tutorial on Sony Vegas? What, of how to edit, or? If there was a certain thing that you wanted me to do, probably I might think about it. Yeah. What does DWTODWFA? It actually stands for, yeah, as Edward just pointed out, Doctor Who Talks Online to Doctor Who Figure Adventures. I made a website called Doctor Who / Talks Online in 2008, and it was just a fan website. It's really, really bad actually. And then I thought, when I'm joining YouTube, I should. Well, actually, I created a account for the website so that I could put clips off of the YouTube onto my account, onto my website, so that they would both be connected. So a little like Doctor Who Online, obviously, but it didn't work out so well. So that's where the DWTO comes from, and then I just kept it when I moved into Figure Adventures, and that's basically it. I just like it. It's different, and it's just there. Have you seen Going to the Store? If not, search for it. Oh, I'll have a look at that after. Yeah, people now use it as Doctor Who to Doctor Who Figure Adventures, so I don't really mind whatever you use. It still doesn't really matter. So whatever you like. Could I make a time lapse of me editing? I probably could, but editing takes 2 or 3 days, so it'd be a very, very long. It would be incredibly fast, and I don't normally do it all in one go. I'll come back to it every so often. So maybe one day. Well, how did I take off the back section of my flight control TARDIS and then connect it to the intro of my TARDIS set? I actually, what I did was pulled out all the insides, ripped the bit of plastic that has the picture on it so that it looks like it's the inside of the TARDIS, and basically got a pair of pliers and smashed the back off of it, and then just pushed it in, put paper in to cover over bits of plastic that were all broken and etc., and then you get what it is. So it's three-sided TARDIS. It's quite cool, actually. Can you extend this? This is going on for an hour. It's going on till 2 o'clock. Oh no. Okay, well I'll keep going a little bit longer then. What did you think of Figure Adventures when you first started it? Well, as I said, I didn't even know it existed, and when I first started, it was only until I searched for, as soon as I typed in looking for mine, that I found other people's, and then started watching them and realised that there was a whole community that had been on here for what, 3-4 years before me, and it was quite nice to see that I wasn't the only one. But yeah. How did I make the time rotor move up and down? That is actually from the 10th TARDIS console. I bought a spare one off eBay. It said it was broken, but it was just a little problem with the batteries, so I just fixed that, and then pulled all the electronics and the rotor out, took off the main tube off of the actual thing, put it onto my old console that I had made for 11th, and then put all the electronics inside. It's quite a tight fit, actually. The actual console now is actually built on the 60s one from AFT. I use that as a base for it all, so that's what it all stands on. How much subscribers do you expect to get by now? When I started, none. I didn't think I wasn't here to get subscribers. I just suddenly, last year, it just went from, what, 300 to 1,000 in 5 months. It was just mind-blowing. I just didn't know why, but I just kept on doing what I was doing. Sometimes it was quite nice compared to how it is now, but yeah, it was like that back then. But I'm glad I've got this many, but I don't want to boast about it or anything. I don't. Everyone can get that amount. It's just you have to keep working at it. It has taken me nearly 4 years to get here, so it's not a simple upload a video and whoa, I've got 1,000 subscribers or anything. What would I rate myself at editing? To be honest, not that high, but I don't really want to brag or anything, so I think I'm all right. It just takes experience, really. After I already had experience before I even started making them of editing, so yeah. Windows Movie Maker was quite limited, which is why I wanted to move out to a different one. So that's why I decided to get Vegas Pro. Who was the first FA maker that you watched? I can't remember, actually. I remember watching a lot of Dalek Ideas and a few of Batman Marches and Chris's videos, Spider Daleks, Sam's, Sam Sharp's, and a couple of others. But there wasn't a specific person that I would point out as where I started from, because I was subscribed to a load of people. Would you ever do vlogs? To be honest, I don't know. If people wanted them, yes. But I just don't seem to have the time to do that as well. Did Spider Dalek become friends on YouTube? Yeah, I didn't have a clue. I never met him before. We became friends over YouTube, so that was, yeah. Will you do a Capaldi FA minisode? I've said this a lot, but I won't ever do an episode with him unless they bring out a 5-inch version. But seeing as at the moment it's only confirmed for 3.7 not 5-inch, more than likely no. But you may see I come doing a 3.75-inch spoof. If that does well, then I might do like 1 or 2. But because obviously it's quite limited to sets and stuff, it's quite hard to make any, and it's very limited to figures. So probably a no for that. Maybe if people really want it, but you wouldn't get an inside because I don't really want to build a new TARDIS for it. So maybe I might test it out one day. I can just about do it now, but filming with the 3.75 inches figures are really a pain, because my camera that I have, because it's a flip camera, it stands up. It stands exactly the same height as a 5-inch figure, so that I don't really have to move it much, and they'll be in shot. Whereas for filming for 3.75-inch, I had to film it on the edge of a table and put my camera on a tripod lower down so that it would film the right height, because they're that small, and even that was quite tricky. So maybe, but I probably wouldn't ever do a series. Just do a tutorial on Sunny Vegas, how you make an intro or beginner's video. Okay, yeah, I might be able to do that. Will you show us how to make your Mark II boat? Well, the first one's up, I know that. If you go on, I probably will do. At the moment, though, if you want to, then there's on the Doctor Who Toys forum, the Doctor Who Toys .net, I think it's called. And then on there is I put a post up there on their forum of customs of my Mark II one. So if you want to have a look at that, that's got all the pictures of of me making it. So if you want to look at that, you can. If not, then I'll try and make one soon. What editing programs have you used across your time on YouTube? Only 2, actually 3. Make that 3. Windows Movie Maker, not the live version. I'm not really keen on that one. Sony Vegas Pro 9 and Adobe After Effects CS6. They're the 3 that I've only used. I haven't used any others. How did you make the Baker Street set? That is pictures off of Google, off of wherever site I could find them, and then I would edit them on Photoshop along to fit. I would use a AFT, the Action Figure Theatre sets pages, as a template, so that I would build on top of that. So like doorways would be, I would use theirs because theirs fits the right size, and then put it on top to fit the right size, and that would be how it works. It took me 3 days to edit all those sets, so it was a long time just to make them. And yet again, YouTube has frozen and not showing any more comments. Sorry about this. I'll talk about the Baker Street set for a while they're loading, but it took me. I had to print them twice because the printer I used, which is my school printer, which I shouldn't really, but I don't actually own a printer at all, and the first lot, the ink went horribly wrong, and then it went half covered in dirt on one side, so I had to print them all over again, and it was impossible. Same with the TARDIS set, those upper walls. I had to print 5 times because I accidentally kept not changing to colour, and it came. I've got like, because there was 16 of them. I had to. I had to write 16 of them, and I had to print them. I've got about 2 lots of that in black and white because I forgot to change it to coloured ink. So that was a bit of annoying. It's now down the back of my down the back of the desk that I have in my conservatory, which has my 2013 TARDIS set on because it's way too big to fit anywhere else. Luckily, it comes apart into 5 parts, but it's just down the back there, waiting next time I need to use it. Right, there's loads of some more up. How do you get the LEDs inside your TARDIS flight control? The ones that you see on the set going round that flicker, and the blue ones at the top, they go all the way around the top, and then I've managed to stick one round underneath the roof of the exterior flight control, and then up and sellotapes it into the roof of the thing so it lights up with the set. So that's how that's done. Will you do another write and it with yeah, I probably will. I have a few places that I might be able to. They will obviously be minisodes, but yeah, if people want to, then yeah, I will do another one. And it's right, you ask as many questions as you like. Could I try voice Clara in future FAs? Well, I am currently doing it because of a lot of people will know because I have slight delays because people haven't been able to voice, or I've been let down by other people. So in terms of the main characters, I try and stick to keeping them with me so that if all else fails, then I've got the 2 main characters and I can still make a minisode or whatever. And so just for the fact that it will stop any delays, I prefer to keep them by me or someone that I have close communication with, so that I know what's happening. But maybe, I don't know, if I find time to put other people in. As I said with Edward, I have got a large list of people that want to voice them, but I will try and get through most people. Will Spider Dalek be in your series final? Series 4? I don't know, actually. I haven't asked him to do anything. If he's up for it, maybe. I don't want to say yes or no because I haven't really talked to him about it, but I don't mind. If he wants to do something and I have a space, then he can do it. What things would I expect from BBC Series Doctor Who? Ooh. I expect something different. I don't want anything from the same. I'm slightly annoyed with the news that most of them will probably be one-parters again, which worked slightly last year for Series 7, but on overall it was a bad idea, and wish that they would bring back 2-parters because it was working fine as it was before they decided to change it for Series 6 and split them up, and then 1-parters for Series 7. The Series 1 to 5 way of doing it worked perfectly fine, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, I would like more 2-parters. Apparently the final's supposed to be a 2-parter, but they've got rid of an episode apparently. And episode 13, which is supposed to be the Christmas special, meaning that 11 and 12 are the finale. Hopefully, it's a two-parter. I'll be happier. But I really want a bit more. I know it's been, because last year mostly it was about the Doctor, and now it's going to be even more about the Doctor because he's changed. So God knows where Clara will be able to develop, but hopefully there will be slightly more about her and her life and etc. Can I voice anyone else? As I said, if I find time, like if I can fit you in, then I will try to. Do I like Godzilla? I haven't seen the new movie. I used to have there was a PS2 game I used to play which I liked, but I don't really like Godzilla. Can you like that? But I'd watch it, yeah, but I wouldn't say that I would like it as being a fan or anything. I've already answered that question. Would I ever do an episode with Joe? If he wanted to. I don't know. If he wanted to, he could just ask. Then I'm sure I could sort something out. If he really wanted to, then yeah, he can. I'd do something with him, an episode or something. Do I watch my fans videos? I do try and get through as many as possible, but because of the amount of them, it's quite hard to watch one and then someone thinks that I'm not watching theirs, and I do want to. I do try to watch them, but obviously I don't have time to sit through 1,900 and something people's videos every day or every couple of days. So I try to. If you want to, then just send me a message and I'll go and watch it for you and give you a response. But yeah, I do try. I know it might not seem that, but I do try to watch as many as possible. Do I have an Xbox? I don't personally. My brother does, but he won't let me use it, which is really annoying. He got a new one recently because this old one got the red ring of death, is it? But I haven't used it yet. I want to. Yeah, it starts last Saturday in August. Oh, that's cool. What's my favourite game on Xbox or PS? Even though I don't have a PlayStation, and I've gone around other people's houses and played their PlayStation, one of my favourite games that I would, if the number one game I would buy if I bought a PlayStation 4 or 3 or whatever, would be Little Big Planet, because I absolutely love that game. So definitely that. Xbox. I used to like Call of Duty, but lately it's been getting a bit repetitive and not much hype about it, which sort of puts me off. But any sort of not really a definite war sort of game, but I'd also like some driving ones, etc. But apart from that, there's not a single one that I would pick out. Will I create a Peter Capaldi figure? Interesting story about this, actually. I did buy, or try to buy, a 5-inch custom off of eBay. However, it never got sent out, and I had to complain and I got my money back, but it never came. My plan was, I never told anyone about that I was bidding or trying to buy it, because, well, just in case I lost it, and for the fact that I wanted to keep it a secret. But I was going to do a 13 Doctors thing for Christmas, but because Capaldi, I never got a Capaldi figure 5-inch, that won't be happening. Custom, I don't know, probably not. I will, because last time I did a custom thing, and it was, last time I did a custom. I did it, and then literally 5 months later, they brought out an official one. That was John Hurt, by the way, and I was a bit like, oh. I was like, at least I got a couple of months worth of use before everyone else managed to get in their John Hurt stories, but probably not. I probably won't make a custom of him, so probably no. Oh, cool. Please do send me a link to that FA. I'll go and see this. I'll go and see it. Right, there is not much. There we go, new one. If you could have one set that has not been made by a character, what would it be? Paul. I'm really annoyed that they haven't brought out the 3.75 inch one, because it's coming out in winter. No, it's not. It's just like, oh. By the time they bring it out, we're going to have a new console room, so I don't see what the point is that now. A set wise, as in a set of figures, or a set of, I'll say a set of figures and a set of, as in like the TARDIS set. A set of figures like a 4-pack one. I really wanted them to do a Girl Who Waited set, including 2 handbots with an older Amy, the time glass, was it? And either a Rory or a Doctor, whatever. That would have been nice. Set wise, classic series TARDIS console set. Definitely want one of them. I'm really annoyed that they haven't done one yet, because they've done 3 others or 2 others. They need to bring out a classic one. It's not exactly hard, even if it's just, you could do it in like a time zone set. It's not exactly impossible to do. It's less work, to be honest, because there aren't so many levels and etc. So just like a plastic console and then like cardboard walls, if they really want to go cheap out. I would prefer plastic, but if it means go cheaper, then use card, anything to get a set. Does anyone in my family like Doctor Who? They're not as big as a fan. I think the biggest out of them would be my dad and my older sister. I can have conversations about Doctor Who with them. The rest of them, they're just like, they do watch it, but they wouldn't go out of the way to be a fan or whatever. They just watch it whenever it's on. Have I ever got copyright strikes? Yes, I have, but they were fake strikes, and the reason why I know that is because I contacted the person they said it was from, and I already knew that they hadn't been on for 3 months, and I contacted them, and they said the exact same thing. Yeah, they haven't been on YouTube for 3 months, and then suddenly they get apparently I've got a copyright strike for them. So that was annoying, because I hadn't done anything. It wasn't even a figure adventure, so that was quite annoying. That's why if you go on my channel, everything that's on there is now figure adventures. Any other stuff I've removed to stop getting fake ones, because a lot of people around last year, like from about April till October, we're getting fake copyright strikes. So that's why I removed anything that wasn't figure adventures or made by myself, because I didn't want to risk getting another one. Would you like the BBC to announce an official FA series? Apparently, the Doctor Who Online Adventures is backed by the BBC, but if they did one, that'd be quite cool. I don't know. I think they'd get a lot of hate, to be honest, whoever did it. I wouldn't do it because it would just be too hard to do as an official thing. Because it's like being fans, but you get these hardcore fans that will come in and comment saying, "Oh, this isn't right, this isn't right," but like some of the fan base wouldn't like something like that. I think it'd be a cool idea, but I wouldn't want to do it myself. Um, yeah, I will subscribe to you. Was I annoyed with the lateness of the Roy figure? Yes, because it was 2012 and they were just about to leave. And the fact that it was just that custom and it wasn't really that good, to be honest. It was okay, but we wanted it a lot, but it was basically, okay, here you go, have it. It wasn't like, oh, here's something amazing. They didn't really put much effort because some of the designs weren't totally correct. But, I'm happy they did it eventually, but they should have released it at least 2 years before then. At least 1 year before. The fact that it took them until the end of the era for them to bring it out shows that they obviously weren't on the top of the list. And it was the last one. It wasn't exactly the last figure the best last figure for them. Um, yeah, just said that one. Yeah, I subscribe. Best and worst official title sequence for Doctor Who. Worst is the new one. I hate that one. Sorry, but at first it was okay, but there's just a few bits wrong with it. It's just, please just get rid of it. I wasn't keen on the series 5 to 7 part A either. People probably gonna hate on me that I hate that I love the 2005 one because although it was Vortex, it might not have been as good quality or realistic. It looks better than the cloudy, misty one. So to be honest, hmm, I really like the 2005 to 10 one because that was good. Um, I I'm already subscribed to you, JC. I think the latest Roy look like, yeah, it does. That is a good point. Can I memorize every Doctor episode beginning from the 2005 reboot? Yes, I definitely can. If you want me to, it'll take forever, but I can go through them all, and quite a lot of yeah, there are quite a lot of classic that I still remember. Not all of them. I couldn't remember all of them. It's too many. But if you want me to, I'll go through all of them. But I'll continue with the other questions. Yeah, you really have the orange jacket and blue shirt. Yeah, that's what I mean by it's not really that accurate. Do you like the 2000 titles? No, I'm not really keen on them. They're alright, but they're better than the 2000 the Pond era one, if you can call it that. Them titles, those were a bit basic to be honest, but they're better than. I'd probably say they're better than the current ones. The current ones are just a bit. I hate the 10th one. I could not look at it because it hurts. I didn't really mind it to be honest. It's the longest one that they've used. I know they revamped it in what 2008, 2009 to make it HD, but it was okay. No more questions. May as well do that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I will sub to you as well. Do I have a Roblox account? No, I don't. Whoever that is, I don't know who it is. I know that there is one, but I don't have it. I don't even know what that is. I know there is one on there because whenever if you type in me in Google, you'll get that Roblox account. It's definitely not me. I've never used Roblox or know what it is or wherever it is. So if they're pretending to be me, then it's definitely not. Okay, well I'll definitely stop again. Uh, what did I think of Matt Smith's final episode? It was alright. I didn't think. I am definitely subscribed to you, JC. It says here, right here. I've just put my mouse over it and it says subscribed. What do you think of the Xmas episode? Honestly, I think that he should have stayed one more year, and he regrets going so early as well. I know that people might have got fed up with him, and I do want Capaldi, but I just think that he should have done one more year because Clara hasn't even had a full series yet, and he's already gone. So I would have liked him to continue for one more series, and then I think Moffat said in an interview that he probably would have had more time to answer all the questions instead of doing them all in one go. So I would have preferred it to be slightly longer. There was the war that was supposed to be endless and bitter was a bit short for my liking, but obviously if they had more that chance, then it would have been slightly better. But I didn't think it was the worst episode. It wasn't the best episode, but it was okay. Most people complained that that his regeneration was too fast, and I did quite like it. It was technically his regeneration started on the clock tower. That's when it started. So it was a quite long one. We didn't see it happening in front of our eyes like Tenon did, because that was just long. So I think it's the second longest regeneration if you count the clock tower one, because Eccleston's was quite fast. Would you like more a full vortex, a full space intro, or the concept thing? I think the concept thing I really loved actually. That was a really cool idea. That's what made me want to do a new lot of titles. I prefer a mix between the both probably. I think what was missing from the 2013 one till now is that middle bit where the names are. I think there should have been some sort of vortex because they leave it until the end, and it's like surely it would probably make more sense that the TARDIS was flying through space, then it went through the vortex and then came out somewhere else, because that's sort of time travel-y, whereas now it's just going through space and then it goes into the vortex and then you end up here. But I don't know. I probably prefer the full vortex with a tiny bit of space if you can fit it in. But the concept thing was brilliant. Do I like Peter Capaldi's costume for Series 8? At first, I was like, there isn't something that like stands out as something. But then again, we haven't seen this in an episode with his costume yet. So I was a bit disappointed that there wasn't something like, I forgot what the word is, but as in with Tom Baker's scarf, Peter Davison's celery, Colin Baker's coat, McCoy's umbrella, and Matt had his bow tie, but he doesn't have really much. I know that but from looking at the filming pictures, you can tell that he's going to change his shirt because it was white in the promo that we got given. But from filming pictures, you can see that it changes over the time over the series, which is a little bit nicer than just being white because it was frankly a bit plain. I do like the red bits inside. That was quite nice. Yeah, I did know Matt was wearing a wig. Yeah, he should have stayed longer. What 5-inch Doctor do you want more, Peter Cushing or Richard D. Grant? Well, Richard could be two because he can be the Shaka Doctor and him being the Great Intelligence. So that could be something that they could do. They just swap the heads, put the heads on one, or just put the heads on either of them, and there you go. You've got two variants of the same head sculpt. But Peter Cushing would be nice. But then again, obviously, copyright stuff, which means they can't do movie Daleks either. But it's a bit annoying. What do you think of the doors opening at the end of the dial? It was horrible. It should be the opposite way around. That's why I fixed it, I think, in mine. Mine went inwards. Yeah, they did. I didn't like them going out. They should be going in. Yeah, it was clonked out. I had to hold it. Yeah, it was quite a long one. What's the better costume? Herzog again from Night of the Doctor. Well, I assume Hurt had the same costume as Thing, just with that sash thing. But I don't know. They were both all right, I suppose. I'm going to finish this at 3, so you've got just over 20 minutes left. Do you think characters should release a Sherlock figure? Yes, they should. They should. I have had a conversation with people about this before. They should, but they won't because no one, even though people like us probably would buy them for the mass market, which is what they're aiming at now, which is why they changed to 3.75. It's not likely they'll ever make them, but I do want them to make them because there are quite a lot of characters that you could do, to be honest. It's not as many as Doctor Who, but like they did with Torchwood, that managed to do 2 waves of figures fine, so I'm sure they could have done a Sherlock one as well. So yeah, that would have been nice. Have I ever watched your videos? I can't remember. There were too many people, but I will go and watch them. I promise. What's your favourite ep of Doctor Who? I'm going to go with new series and classic series. One's separate because there are too many. I couldn't choose over one from the other. New series, new series. I really like Dalek. That was a. I think they should get him back. I think was it Robert Shearman to come back. He was brilliant writing, although it might like wreck his what's it called, reputation if he comes back and writes not so good one. But they definitely should bring him back to write a new one. Dalek was really nice because that was the first introduction from me to Daleks. And to be honest, I was scared of them up until we got to series 4, series 5, and then it wasn't like really scary, but they felt more of a villain and more of a defeatable, more like a unstoppable and nasty type of villain than they are now, because now they don't really do much. They're just there. Like they need a proper story back. I don't know. They should have a break, but I don't know if it's true or not about the Terry Nation estate that they have to use them every year or something. So I don't know. I think they should get someone to write a proper Dalek story, because we haven't had one in years that's been good. Asylum was okay, but I felt it was too. It wasn't a proper Dalek story because it was more about Clara or Oswin and Amy and Rory's breakup, and it just wasn't Dalek-y for me. And all the promises and hype that was put up against it. Oh, every Dalek ever, and most of them you didn't see. You'd have to get still images from the screen caps and behind the scenes to see that a couple of them were there, but it wasn't every one there. It wasn't every single one, so that was a bit of a disappointment. Will you keep the titles in your FA episodes that started going? Yeah, I'm going to keep them till the end of Series 4, until Series 4. Series 5, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm currently in a situation of what do I do? I either make a new lot, change it slightly, I don't know. But for the moment, they were going to be those ones. Oh, and I forgot about this classic series episode. I'm going to say Unearthly Child Part 1, Remembrance of the Daleks, Genesis of the Daleks, Terror of the Zygons. I don't know. There are too many good ones, to be honest. Should you continue your Time War series? Yeah, sure. Don't let me stop you. You should. Yeah, I think I definitely want to have a look at some people, see what they're going to do with them. Yeah, I saw the big versions of the Sherlock figures, and if only I could make sets for them, they'd be massive. Do you think Christopher Eccleston should come back? Definitely. I was really annoyed that he didn't come back for the 50th. Although I'm happy he didn't, because I didn't want him to become the War Doctor. Because if he did, he would have taken John Hurt's place. So I'm happy that he didn't for that reason. But I'm unhappy that he didn't return anyway, because he was the only one that was still alive that could have done it, that wasn't represented properly, except for the stock footage that they used in Day. So I do want him back, definitely. Plastic. Have I missed something? How long have I been into Doctor Who? Since 2005. Since the first episode, Rose, I was sitting, I still remember it vaguely, I was sitting on the floor in my lounge and there was nothing on TV. I think we were watching something else on BBC One, on another channel, and then my dad was just flicking through and we were like, oh, what should we watch? And then he was like, oh, look, Doctor Who's back on. And I was like, what? What's this? And then he put it back on, and we actually started watching it from the scene where Mickey and Rose go to see, what's his name, to talk about the Doctor. Clive, is it? Clive, I think it's Clive. And that's the first scene that I saw of Doctor Who, and since then I've been hooked. Yeah, I will watch some of your vids. Have you played Flappy Bird? Yes, a couple of times, and I didn't like it because it was it was really annoying. So I just nope. Series 8 is supposed to be at Dalek free, but yeah, he did. He said that he wanted to be one, which I was slightly weirded out by. He said he wanted to have a Dalek episode in his time, but apparently there's one in his first series, which slightly worries me that he's not staying long. I want him to stay a long time, but it makes it seem that he's not staying a long time if he wants to get a Dalek episode into his era, but it has to be the first one. So I would like to see what he does with the Daleks, because that'd be nice. You should do a competition to make your new titles. Yeah, that's a good idea. Am I going to do more competitions? If I find time, then yes. I'm sure they're not that rubbish. I'll come and have a look. Do I need any voice actors because I have a ring one container? Okay. Well, at the moment I've got Chris doing Cybermen and Daleks, but yeah, if one day I will have a long list of people, but as I said, I'll find time for most of you. So yeah, I do sometimes do auditions for parts, so I'll keep an eye out on that. Can I have a go at some titles for Series 5? Yeah, if you want, send them to me. Or send a link to me, whatever. Has been asked before. Would you ever move on from doing new Who episodes and do classic instead of full time? Well, Series 5 is supposed to be classic, so that's what the move was. I want to start doing classic now because I sort of dipped into it with the minisodes, and I do like the classic series. It's just that I have awful impressions, so that's why I didn't really want to do anything. But yeah, I would. That's moving into classic. Just over 10 minutes left. Who do you think is better at fighting, Harry Hill or Strax? Harry Hill, definitely. I would like to have a stab. Okay, yep. Yeah, they do look too plastic. I'm glad that they updated them to a sort of metallic colour. That they suit them much better in a metallic sort of colour. The plastic colours, rainbow, it was just awful, which I'm so happy that they've changed. But they need a proper Dalek story, and we still have to find out what's in the back, because they've got that bit at the back that's supposed to have other weapons and stuff. Yeah, they do. I know where the Teletubbies. In fairness, yeah. Do you think there will be new Daleks? Apparently not. I presume they're going to stay with the 2005 design. I really like it. They can change it, but when they tried to change it in Victory, they went too far and too colourful. It was a bit too far for the Daleks. They should always stay. I know Amy was taller, so they're supposed to suit them for the companion, but they I still prefer the 2005 design because it looks much more solid and a death machine more than a Teletubby coming at you. Yeah, if you want to have a go, loads of people asking to make Series 5 titles. If you want to, then go ahead and make some and send me a link. I'll have a look at them. Yeah, the exclusive set with 11 of Blue Dalek. I'm hopefully, because there's supposed to be a another 5-inch Dalek set. There's supposed to be two, one for B&M stores and one for Toys R Us in August or somewhere time in the next couple of months. And they're supposed to be based on Asylum. So I hope they bring out a metallic red, because that has to be my favourite. I actually bought 2 of the blue sets because I really like them. Do you think it's weird that how they? Yeah, well, that was because that everyone hated them, and they just looked awful. So I'm glad that they went back to them. That was a bit of a step back there, trying to them keep the audience happy, because it was. I think most people hated them. Uh, Taste the laser. Oh, nice one. um, yeah, they were a bit over the top. What questions did I miss? I don't feel like a nanny. Um, Was that the Harry Hill one? Because I answered that one, I think. Do I need any writers for Series 5? Because I could write an episode if you want. I have already got scripts planned. This is the first 2 series that I've actually planned out way before I even had said that I was doing it. So all of Series 4 and all of Series 5 are already planned out. All I've got to do is write them, all plans and everything. So yeah, that's all sorted. So at the moment, for Series 4 and Series 5, no. However, Minnesota, you can write me and I'll see what I can do. Next year, I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably a Series 6, I hope. If people want it, I'll do another one. Probably won't be as long as Series 4 and 5 because technically they are 10 episodes each. But yeah, it's one day maybe. Yeah, they hopefully, but if they do make more Toys R Us exclusive and they do Peter, I have a feeling it'll probably be a Forbidden Planet exclusive and not Toys R Us, because they're more into the thing. That's why the War Doctor was with them as well, because that came through Underground Toys, which normally do stuff like that. So if they did one, it will be via Underground Toys, which will be through Forbidden Planet. Yeah, they should make an Asylum set with 11 from them and Amy and Roy. Yeah, well, the Amy that we're getting in 3.75 inch, which I despise immensely for them doing it, because they said they wouldn't go back and do old characters, which they have. Yeah, they should do more. I really want uh, they they need to release the 5-inch metallic red Dalek, and probably a destroyed or damaged 5-inch normal one. You know, like a Time War Asylum one. Yeah, George Russ's Hardware mine's quite far away. It takes me about 40 minutes to get to my closest Toys R Us, which is annoying, but it's quite far compared to other places. B&M and Argos and other stores I'm literally 10 minutes away from, so really annoying. How do you think Pony will get rid of the Daleks? Probably that'd be funny, but I probably don't think they would do any swearing because of obviously it's a kids program, apparently family one, so they can't use any swearing. The Harry Will one again, I said more. It says it's not going up. It's not going up. There we go. But who do you think is better at fighting, Harry Hill or Strax, or the guy that was fighting Strax in the name of the Doctor? I would say it's still Harry Hill. That's what it says here. Yeah, Al Diwar was saying that they had 2 5-inch figures in the what's it called, prototype stage. They did a Snowman 11th with a top hat. We never saw a picture of it, but it never got made. The character options, the main bosses said no to it. The same with the Troughton in coat thingy figure, which was quite annoying because it would have been nice to have that and the Yeti, but Which series, even though I'm guessing 5, you've not done much on? Out of the 2, which one? Which have you? Oh, out of series 4 and 5. Um, that is a hard one because series 4 starts with a Christmas one, series 5 ends with a Christmas one, so I couldn't really give you a fair judgment. Series 5 I'm looking forward to more because it's the first classic series I've done, and it's quite ambitious and there's lots of stuff to do that I have to do with it. Series 4 I've enjoyed because obviously got to do Hulock, which was quite fun. It did take a very long time to do that because of time and etc. But yeah, Series 4 so far has been. But I think I probably prefer Series 5. I think Series 4. Series 5 will probably be the best out of the 2. I hope. Yeah, 5-inch Capita and 5-inch Clara. I really want a 5-inch Clara, but they're not gonna. They're gonna be really annoying and not do one. They should do a. Because now, if they had done the Snowman one, they could have also sold it off as from Time with the Doctor, and then given us a Handel's head or something. But we're not going to get anything, which is really annoying. But I would like them to do a 5-inch Capaldi and possibly a 5-inch Clara if they can. Because poor Clara, she's left on her own with 3.75 inch when the rest are all 5. So upsetting. Can't do recreations of Day of the Doctor, seeing as half of them are 5-inch and half of them are 3.7. I'm glad the War Doctor was only 5, but you can't do a 3.75 recreation with it now, so that's annoying. Okay, 2 more minutes and then I'm gonna get them in quick. Anyone? Taking forever to load. Here we go. Do you want the Cybermen to return? Yes, but properly. I know the script. I know that Nightmare was a bit dodgy, but I do think that they should have given him 2-parters to give it enough time. And yes, I will check out your videos. They should make an updated 5-inch every Doctor set with a War Doctor. Yeah, they were going to do another set, but not with War Doctor. I don't know what you could do with it, to be honest. It would be repaint the thing, but it was only one outfit, so that sort of it'd be the same figure again. Yeah, I ordered mine online. I got 2 of them in store. The rest I ordered. I didn't get all the sets. I only got 3rd, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, and then off eBay I got the Doctors for 1st, 7th, and 4th because I didn't want. Oh, and I got the 5th set. So the only ones I definitely didn't get was the 2nd and 6th because they were just re-releases. Which costume for Matt Smith and CS7 did you like? I did like the tweed, and I did like the new one. So that is. That is quite a tricky question. I did like the tweed because that was his main one. The new one was okay. I just think the Series 7 one is quite close to, in terms of different. If you look at them next to each other, him and Capaldi's are quite close together. As in, if you look at the rest of them, if you put them next to each other, most of them are quite different. So And Capaldi suited Matt's second one, so that was quite weird. So I would still prefer him to be in his tweed, the series 5 to 7 part A. Which minisodes am I uploading on FA Day? That will be the, I think, 7th, definitely 9th and 10th. Yeah, they should do a new inch, the 5-inch new Cyberman, definitely want that. Can I send you titles or voices? Yeah, you can send to my email. You'll find it on my website. I said that earlier, which is DWTODWFA at weebly.com. Just send it via that. Yeah, that, I agree with that as well. Can you check your PMs on Twitter? Okay, yeah, I'll do that after. So, I got. Yeah, he didn't, which was quite weird. So that was nice. And who makes sure remixes? Chris, Spider Dalek. Right, I can't take any more because it's run over just about. So thank you for joining me, and I'll do another one soon. Thank you. See you later.